What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of What's in the Box Track. I'm so hyped about this win. I had to jump on tonight, and talk about it, knowing that the Lakers got to play the Rockets tomorrow with no AD, and tomorrow night, 500 tomorrow night, right? I've been talking about this -5 since this show has started, and I'm so hyped at the idea, the prospect that this is the game, tomorrow night's game is the game that the Lakers will get to 500. If you're watching this, on the morning of the 15th or day of the 15th, that game is today, Lakers versus Rockets. But let's get into last night's game. The Lakers now own the tiebreaker over the New Orleans Pelicans. That means that if the Pelicans come up and tie the Lakers in record, the Lakers get to go ahead. So if the Lakers are 10th place and New Orleans is 10th place, the Lakers officially make 10th, or if they're tied for 10th, the Lakers win that tie. Just some significant other discussion really quickly. They are tied with Portland 2-2 in their series. Right now, Portland would own that series based if Portland has a better record than the Lakers. They are also tied in their, or not tied, I'm sorry. The Clippers and Minnesota own the tiebreaker against the Lakers. They are tied 2-2 with Golden State. So if they have to outmatch Golden State in record to pass them up. And these are teams that are all nearby. And lastly, they have one more game against OKC and one more game against Dallas. Both of those games have the tiebreaker on the line. So, it's very important that the Lakers actually win those games, because then they'll be tied 2-2 with each team in their series. What does this all say? This all says that the Lakers are really close to being in or out of the playoffs, and I'm guaranteeing that they're in the play-in at least. I think we all can say that, right? I think we all feel pretty comfortable that if health remains, the Lakers will be in the play-in guaranteed. That 6th spot gets incredibly difficult because the two teams in front of them, A, own the tiebreaker against them, and B, are teams that are really difficult for the Lakers to match up against. That's the Clippers, who are likely going to win more games than they lose, and Minnesota, who is a good team. And, I don't know. I feel like that's a tough group to pass. The Lakers may have to win all the way out, but I still think the Lakers have about 2 to 3 losses left in them if they want to make that spot. There's about, 13 games left. So, 10 more wins. If the Lakers go plus 10-3 over the next 13 games, I feel confident that they'll be in that 6th spot, but that's tough because the Clippers aren't going to just back away either. So, let's be honest there, right? Let's talk about tonight's game, though. Lakers beat the Pelicans in an important game. They beat a team I believe that they should beat, even with Zion on the floor. I believe the Lakers are better before trade and after trade than the New Orleans Pelicans were. 123-108. Thank you, Lakers, for holding it down. Lakers had 82 attempts to the Pelicans' 98. We'll talk about the turnovers in a minute, but let's talk about the defense, because they held Pelicans to 43%. Now, remember, the margin in the league is about 42%. So if you see a team anywhere around 42, 43, that is excellent defense. Poor shot selection by the Pelicans, who shot 43 three-pointers and on only about 25%, 26% shooting. The Lakers, on the other hand, 49% shooting and 46% shooting from 3. They made 18 out of 39 three-pointers. That's the three-point shooting that we were promised. Beasley balled out. I believe he was 7 for 12. This is what I'm talking about. We cannot guarantee that every night. Beasley is streaky, right? But, that is going to happen on occasion, and the Lakers took advantage of it. I've said all year that it's difficult, near impossible, to beat any team that is shooting over 50% from 3 for a full quarter or full half. That comeback is too hard. You got to do too much to keep up with a team. The Lakers had 18, so that's about 54 points in 18 shots. That's tough, man. That is really, really, really tough to beat. Now, going ahead a little bit, the Lakers did fix their free throw shooting, about 89% from the free throw line. If they'd done that last game, I feel like we're talking about a 4 or 5 game winning streak at this point. 4-game winning streak, but I think 5 actually. 5-game winning streak at this point, but it's all good. That's a good Knicks team they faced. Rebounds, the Lakers out-rebounded the Pelicans 52-41. Now, they were tied in offensive rebounds, but in second chance points, the Lakers did lead 21-17. That 4-point margin is fine with me, up or down. Of course, I prefer to be on the plus side of that, but 21 second chance points is excellent. Defensive rebounds were fine, 37. Clean up your defense. That's what the Lakers did tonight. Perfect. 24 assists. Now, I will say this. They stuck on that 24 for quite a while. A lot of one-on-one in the third. The Lakers did go through that scoring lull that we've been talking about. I really, really, really wish it would stop. Over 5 minutes without scoring a basket. They were so far ahead that it didn't matter tonight. But as you get into the playoffs in these last 2 wins, I still don't know if those are wins that go over very well in a playoff game. And I'm kind of trying to look and see if there's some playoff wins in here that we can discuss. You know, I like this win. I don't know if it happens in the playoffs if they play like that down the stretch, because there was no reason for AD to be in that game in the fourth quarter. That's shame on the second unit, who's played pretty well. But, yeah, that's shame on them. Look, way too many turnovers, by the way. Just way too many. Right, 18 turnovers is that's over the margin, period, point blank. Now, their defense held them down because they did only give up 13 points off of those turnovers and collected 18 points off of 12 Pelicans turnovers. So I like the defense holding them down, but that's way too many turnovers. Fast break points were great, 15-5, although the Lakers have slowed their pace down a little bit. They're playing a much better half-court offense. Points in the paint. Now, the Lakers have lost this battle for the third game in a row, and I don't like that. I know that this is going to improve when LeBron gets back, especially if LeBron is fully healthy. That points in the paint will increase. However, I don't like the idea of being the top team in points in the paint and losing that. That doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. I'm not trying to throw cold water on this game. This was an excellent game by the Lakers and an excellent win. But that point kind of shook me a little bit. And that scoring low, man, we've talked about it for 3-4 games now. They can't go quiet for that many minutes. The NBA teams are too good for that. I mean, your local rec league team is too good for that. Your 24-hour fitness team is too good for someone to go 5-10 minutes without scoring a basket, between 5 and 10 minutes. Where are we right now, y'all? Well, again, the Lakers have about 3 more losses left in them. About 3. And they face some pretty good teams down the stretch. That Phoenix team is going to attempt to be ramping up Kevin Durant. So you'd imagine that those are going to be some tough games, and how the Lakers are going to play those and where they're going to be, whether they've accepted their position in the seedings, is going to be arguable, because a lot of these teams are still in it. These are still very close games. I believe the Pelicans are probably pretty much out of it at this point. I know that's saying a lot, but I think the Pelicans have another year, another season, a season of good health, and this is a different Pelicans team altogether. But I still don't think that they're a close out the year type of team, in spite of the great success they had last season. I'm not sold. I'm not entirely sold on the Pelicans right now. So check it out, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been What's in the Box Trek. I appreciate y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you're a Laker fan, you should be hyped right now. Lakers have a chance to get to 500. And from 500 on, man, sky is the limit. The next game after this Houston game is against Dallas. Extremely, extremely, extremely important game. If I know, like I know, any player that's out that can play is going to come back against the Lakers. So don't expect to get the same team that a lot of other teams have been able to face. But we shall see. We shall see. Either way, the Lakers got to win the next 2 games. You cannot drop one to the Rockets, and you have to beat Dallas. Mission accomplished. I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.